Man, who let this dog in my room? So this is my like middle of the year update video. I like to do 2 of these a year, just kind of show you my progress, what I'm working on, where I'm at, where I've been, and kind of what's going on in my life at this time. I know exactly what I want to talk about, but this is unscripted, so I'm just going to kind of go and run with it. But I'll just jump right into it. This last year has been hard as fuck. And there's just been so much stuff, so much change, so many things that have happened and that have led me to here. And if I could be just totally candid about everything, this is probably the furthest from happy I've ever been. Now, there are a lot of good things going on and a lot of great things that have happened, and I'll get into that, but I just need to address kind of where I'm at right now. I'll explain it 2 ways, and this is what I tell a lot of people. Imagine taking 1 step forward and running a marathon backwards. There's that, and every time something good happens to me, there's always a catch. Like there's always like a million strings attached, and like there's always a reason as to why I can't fully enjoy that thing. And that's kind of been this pattern that I've been stuck in for a long time, but like it has really been apparent within the last year of my life. And it's not to say that like good things haven't happened and good things aren't going on, because there's plenty of good to talk about, and I will get into that. But I just want to be as transparent as I can be with you now. This is probably the furthest from happiness I've ever been in my life. And that's just me being completely honest. Like, and I think I mentioned this in the last video too, where it's like every aspect of my life is just, there's struggle in those areas, like physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, socially, spiritually, romantically, like all these areas of my life, I'm just struggling super hard in. And it feels like at this point, it feels like there's like no end in sight. And it sounds kind of grim, but like that's how I feel. And there are a lot of great things that are going on right now. There's a lot of things to be grateful for, which I am very grateful for. I just moved into this new house, and this new house is incredible. It's brand new. I still need to like treat this room. It needs sound treatment. It's a little echoey, I think, and I'm still working on improving my audio. And the good thing is, like, I tell people all the time that, I have enough ambition to last me till I'm dead. Like, I have so many ideas, so many games I want to play and stream, and so many musical ideas that I want to do, and so many covers that I want to do, and so many different creative paths that I want to take. And I am making changes in order to kind of improve my life, I guess. I'm trying to eat better, trying to get back into like going to the gym and exercising, which helped me a ton. Just trying to make better like financial choices, trying to take better financial opportunities wherever I get them. And I'm just making changes all the time. Like I have a game plan. That's the good thing. I have a game plan. And it's funny because I think about it and it's like, I have never questioned my self-identity. I've never questioned who I was as a person, but I'm constantly questioning. It's like, what do I need to do to get from point A to point B? Like where I am now to where I need to be. And that's something that I don't know. Like, just an update on what I'm doing. Like I'm going to be pursuing editing full time for the foreseeable future. I'm working with a lot of really great people. I'm working with Dylan and Vinny still, but I'm also doing some projects with Dobbs and some newer friends of mine. Well, they're not newer friends, but like I don't like the C word. I don't like the word client because that kind of devalues them as people, and I don't want to do that. But like, if you want to use that word, Carthu and Vandy have offered to be like, hey, here's some stuff you can edit for me. Awesome. So I'm definitely moving more towards a full-time editor position. And you know, as you guys are aware, I play in a bunch of local bands in the Atlanta scene, I guess. And I am trying to, you know, juggle all these things and make sure that I can make the best decisions for me and for everybody that I work with, you know, and it's a lot of fun, but it is overwhelming. And I really don't know. I don't know what the rest of the year looks like, to be completely honest. All I know is that I at least have a game plan. I at least have, you know, some sort of idea as to how I'm going to approach the second half of this year. Because the first half of this year has been dog shit. Like with really, it's weird. It's like generally dog shit with like a few really high peaks. Like every time I play a show or when I play a big show, and I played a couple big shows this year, which have been really awesome. And I'm really grateful for those because I know I'm doing what I'm meant to do, is like to play music and to be an entertainer and to be creative for a living. But it's still very difficult to do and to manage. And again, I've taken my share of L's this year, big and small, when it comes to like my financial health or like living situations or just with people, you know, like I have definitely had some experiences within the last 6 months to a year. And, you know, things are changing for me too, just as a person. You know, like I'll be 26 this year, and that's not old by any means, but it's kind of like being midway into my 20s and like being where I am is kind of surreal. It's kind of weird. It's like, you know, I'm still figuring it out. Like I know who I am and what I'm meant to be doing. I just don't know how to do it to the best of my ability. I don't know how to like be peak me, I guess. And that's basically it. There's a lot of things in my life that I'm grateful for. Like I have a ton of friends and family that are excellent and that love me and who I love very dearly. And, you know, I am grateful for the opportunities that I've had to work and to support myself. And again, there's tons of things that I'm looking forward to, like, you know, even down to like eating healthier or going back to the gym and exercising again, or just like walking or running in my neighborhood, or just little tiny things. Like that's things to look forward to. But there is like this huge cloud of sadness that like follows me. And again, like I wouldn't consider myself like happy. You know, you can have everything in the world and still be unhappy. So there's still tons of things in my life that I'm missing. I feel like there's one huge giant gaping hole as to like something that isn't there that should be. Like, and I'll say, this is like one of the last things I'll say too, is like, I don't consider myself to be a negative person. Like what I consider to be a negative person is someone who, when they are suffering or struggling, they project that onto other people. And it's like, you know, if they can't be happy, nobody can. So they start causing others to be, miserable as well. I don't consider myself a negative person. I do consider myself, I am like, I do use humor to cope with it a lot. Like I laugh a lot at myself and at my shortcomings and at the misfortune that is my brand. Like I think it's just, it is funny. There is an element of humor to that. And I like to joke about things that happen to me. It's like, haha, it's funny. But I'm also, I'm not going to like not vocalize when something upsets me or if something like bothers me or whatever. Cause like there are times where, you know, it's funny when silly stuff happens to me, but then stuff will happen to me that legitimately affects me and how I feel. And like, it's a downer and it sucks. But, the good thing about it is I am not going to let that affect my friendships. I'm not going to let that affect my family. I'm not going to let that affect my work, even though it sort of kind of has, which is totally my bad. Like, I've noticed myself making more mistakes in videos recently just because I'm just overwhelmed. And, I just moved into this new house, and, we still have to transition from the old to the new, and like all these other responsibilities, and like playing music and working and taking care of my body, taking care of other people. And it's just like it's essentially like juggling knives, and I'm catching them all by the blade. So, if that makes any sense. So when they do land, it's like, but whatever. There's a ton of things to look forward to in the future. I have some ideas for content. I recorded a lot of those, Instagram filter, like Pokemon videos. Those are fun to make. I might pursue a few more of those. I did some with Gen 2. And I had some more with Kanto. I might do like red and blue or something like that. There's plenty of games that I want to stream. I want to start some more hardcore randomizers because those are just fun. Those are simple, easy to do. People like them. And it's more for like a podcast stream with a hardcore Nuzlocke in the background. That's kind of my thing. And I want to try to branch out into newer games, try to stream some things that I've never streamed before, things that I've been really like itching to play. And to share with people, but I haven't gotten around to it. Just things like that. And then as far as music goes, I have been writing myself, and I'd love to get that produced eventually. I want to redo a lot of covers that I've been doing, because the way I recorded them, I would record them all in like one sitting. But I didn't like the performance of that, because like when you do stuff like that, when there's like layers of guitar and different things like that and different instruments, and like there's different parts being played, and I would just rather record it as if I was in a studio, and like just do like the rhythm part and then like the solo part separate, and record it as if you were recording it like if you're tracking. So yeah, a lot of things to look forward to. Thank you guys for sticking around. Thanks for just listening. That's like one of the best things that anybody can do. People are always like, oh, how can I help? What can I do? Like, just listening to me speak, it does more than you could possibly imagine. So I do have high hopes for the second half of this year. But yeah, I'm literally only cutting the end of this video because I hate ending these and I suck at it, and I just totally flubbed that, but whatever. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for sticking around, and let's see what happens.